What it do, baby? What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Kappa167 bringing you an Outriders build video. And in this video, I present to you the statue build, aka Buff Boy build. Let's get right to it. Starting off with the primary weapon, I'm utilizing the Anemoy. The Anemoy is a automatic shotgun that comes with armor pierce, healing received, and close range damage. The two mods on this weapon, the first one is Moaning Winds. Reloading creates a strong blast around you, dealing 387,000 damage to enemy in a range of 8 meters with an 8-second cooldown. The second mod I added is called Grand Opening. Landing a hit with the first bullet in a magazine creates a powerful explosion, dealing 258,000 damage in a 5-meter radius with a 1-second cooldown. Now this gun right here, the Anemoy, is by far one of the best weapons that you can have in general with the Devastator. So grind out Expedition and make sure that you get 2 of these, one for yourself to use and the other to deconstruct and keep that mod in the inventory. Okay, now the second weapon that I'm utilizing is called the Juggler. This is an assault rifle. This comes with armor pierce, skill life leech, close range damage. The two mods on it, the first one is called Scrap Grenade. The first shot after reload becomes an anomaly projectile, dealing 226,000 damage in a 5-meter radius with a 1-second cooldown. The second, I went ahead and I added on there Moaning Winds, and what this is reloading creates a strong blast around you, dealing 387 damage to enemies in a range of 8 meters with an 8-second cooldown. Now, the reason I have Moaning Winds on both of my weapons is because I can alternate on them, right? But you also have options. You can also put Grand Opening on this, which I had before, and I'm thinking I'm actually putting it back on. But another weapon that you can utilize is the Thunderbird, and now the Thunderbird is also a assault rifle, and it comes with crit damage, status power, and close range damage. The two mods on this is Ultimate Storm Whip. Shots bring down lightning on an enemy, dealing 74,000 damage every second, right? 1-second cooldown. And then on this weapon, I did put Grand Opening, which landing a hit with the first bullet in a magazine creates a powerful explosion, dealing 258,000 damage in a 5-meter radius. These 3 guns are usually my top 3 guns that I usually try to keep in rotation, maybe switch things up. I always keep the Anemoy on hand, but I usually flip-flop between the Thunderbird and the Juggler. Now, as far as the pistol, I'm using the Torment and Agony. It doesn't matter. I really don't use the pistol at all. No time. But I just figured, why not just add the legendary on there, right? Moving on to the gear set. Now, the gear set, the statue gear set, the set bonus is using either Tremor or Golem increases firepower by 100% and weapon leech by 100% for you and your teammates. Now, 100% firepower and weapon leech, that's real big, and your teammates is really going to appreciate you giving them that buff. So let's start off with the headgear. All right, it's called Statue Heads. It comes with bonus firepower, skill life leech, and cooldown reduction. The 2 mods on it, I added Bloodshock, is Earthquake inflict bleed on enemy damaged by this skill, and the second one is Perseverance, which is Golem increases the skill duration by 100%. You're going to see that later on we're going to come to a tier 3 mod, and you're going to see why this Perseverance is very important. Moving on down to the statue's torso, comes with the same attributes as the head, which is bonus firepower, skill life leech, and cooldown reduction. Now, the tier 3 mod that comes on this one is Power of Stones. Tremor, when the skill is active, allies are given a 40% weapon damage bonus for 8 seconds. Now, along with not only getting 100% firepower, but you're getting 40% weapon damage. I usually call this one the big buff, right? And then I went ahead and added Extra Quake. The skill can be activated one more time before triggering the cooldown. So now I have 2 earthquakes that I can trigger before I go into cooldown, which will help me keep the enemy at a distance, right? Now moving down to the statue legs. This comes with max health, skill life leech, and cooldown reduction. The tier 3 mod is called Golem Squad, which is increases the skill duration by 20% and cast a 25% shorter version of Golem on your allies. Now you see where Perseverance comes into play. I just increased the duration by 100%, and this mod increased it by 20%. Now my teammates is going to have a 25% shorter version of it. If we go take a look at Golem, we'll see that I'll have it for 19.2 seconds. You take 25% off from that, that means my teammates might have it for anywhere between 10 to 12 seconds. Now that is amazing because they're fortified and will receive 65% less incoming damage. Psst, can't beat that, right? Going back. Now what I added to the legs are heal per kill, which is each enemy kill with the skill restores 10% of max health to all allies in a 20-meter radius around you. Now, usually when I'm playing with my teammates, whether it's one or two, what I like to do is I tend to stay about near them, right? So whenever I do use my skill, which is Earthquake, and I kill an enemy or an ad, now they're going to receive 10% max health. So not only am I buffing them with their weapon, but I'm also healing them, all right? Because I need them to stay alive to kill the ads because I can't do it, right? Moving on down to the gloves, I use Gloves of the Space Time Pioneer. They come with anomaly power, cooldown reduction, and status power. The first mod is Ground Crush, increases the skill-based damage by 84,000. And the second one is Earth Legacy, increases the skill range by 60%. And as you can see, I'm adding more range and more damage on my Earthquake, right? What helps to stun the enemy, interrupt the enemy, so my teammates can put the damage on them. Now moving on down to the feet, the Clairvoyant Boots. This also comes with anomaly power, cooldown reduction, status power. Now, I have life absorption on there. I'm never going to use it because I'm not using gravity leap, so this is a waste mod. If I could, I would also keep human fortress, and I probably would add some type of healing through my earthquake on that top portion. But human fortress is whenever I use trimmer, I receive 1,200 health regeneration and 52,000 armor while the skill is active. So once again, I'm regenerating myself. I have to keep myself alive so I can continue to buff my teammates and heal them. Because if I'm down, then now we're wasting the time for them having to pick me up, and they won't be getting buffed. And that's a big no-no. Let's move on to the skill to see what I'll be utilizing. Now here you can see that I'll be utilizing Earthquake, right? Release a shockwave that deals 138,000 damage and interrupts all enemies in front of you. So this works really well. I mean, I truly believe this is Devastator's #1 skill. And whenever we go into battle, wherever it is, I usually spam the earthquakes and then I give them their buff. I spam the earthquake and then I give them their buff. All right, and having two really does help. The second skill that I'm utilizing is Tremor. Tremor creates a series of explosions around you, each dealing 13,000 damage and draining 1,500 health from the enemy within a medium radius around you. The cooldown on this is 10.8 seconds. Now, this is what happens. This is what's going to keep me alive, but this is also what's giving my teammates the big buff, right? So usually I only pop Tremor when we're fighting the bosses, right? And then I use Golem when we're fighting the ads, right? Because Golem is just straight 100% firepower, but with Tremor, not only am I getting the 100% firepower, but I'm also getting the 40% weapon damage, which will become very valuable when you're fighting a boss. The cooldown on Earthquake is 6.7 seconds, so usually I know when Earthquake comes back and I spam it twice that my Moaning Winds will be ready because that's an 8-second cooldown. So that gives me enough time for my Earthquake to come back, spam it twice, hit Moaning Winds, and then keep that in rotation. And then I continue to buff my teammates. The last skill that I'm utilizing is Golem, which fortifies yourself against 65% of incoming damage for 19.2 seconds. This is on an 18.5 seconds cooldown. So once again, like I said, I usually proc Golem when my teammates we're getting into some ads, and I use Tremor for the boss due to the fact that we get 40% more weapon damage. Now, when we go into the class tree, you're going to see how I also have a certain area where I'm helping my teammates heal, and then everything else I got going towards my anomaly power, some resistance piercing, and some more stuff. So we're going to get to it. So obviously we're going to go the bottom tree way, and the first one is anomaly reservoir, which increases your anomaly power by 6%. The second one is Endless Tremor. The seismic skill cooldown is reduced by 15%. As you can see, I'm utilizing two of these, the Earthquake and the Tremor, so this will be very valuable for you. Rejuvenation increases your skill leech by 6%. I'm using skills, so I might as well get heals from them when I'm just constantly spamming them, right? As we move forward, more Anomaly Reservoir. It increases my anomaly power by 6%. Here I'm increasing my resistance piercing by 15%. This is going to help not only when I shoot at the head, but definitely when I use Earthquake. More anomaly power here being increased. At this moment, I decided to move up. We hit Stone Circle, which extend the distance considered to be close range by an additional 4 meters. So instead of it be 10, now I'm at 14. So that enemy that's a little bit further out and I hit him, I still get that close range damage if I had it. I increase my max health by 10%. I increase my armor by 20%, increase my health by another 10%, and then this is the one right here, Outrider Commander. Increase all healing by 20% and shields by 20% for you and your allies. This is amazing. So this is not saying that my teammates are going to get 20% more health. So if they're at 100%, they're not going to have 120%. What this is saying that they're going to heal 20% faster. So instead of going from 0 to 20, they're going to go from 0 to 40. So their healing is going to be a whole lot quicker. And when you see the gameplay, when I'm running with my guy Astro, you're going to see how his healing, how his regeneration is so much faster. All right, so this is very, very, very good as far as that healing portion on this buff build. And as you can see up here, I'm giving myself some more survivability. Now coming back down, I give myself more seismic cooldown by another 15%, Earthquake and Tremor, which I'm using both of those. So you can see I've got a 30% cooldown. Some more anomaly power. Executioner, increased damage by 20% against enemy below 30% of health. So this is going to help me kill that enemy, right? So if I kill the enemy, now I'm healing my teammates. So if any enemy, right, is 30% or lower, and I use Earthquake, they die, my teammates get a little bit more health. More anomaly power right here. Some more skill life leech right here. Increase my armor bonus by 40% of my anomaly power. Once again, survivability. I need to stay alive so I can buff my teammates. Increase armor by 20% and resistance by 20% for 10 seconds when my skills end. Now, this also plays a very great part because let's say if I just finished doing a buff, I just finished utilizing Earthquake, I cannot use another buff while one is on cooldown. So I cannot use Golem, right, while it's on cooldown, and I can't use Tremor while it's on cooldown. I can't, so they both have to be active in order for me to give them that buff. So this comes into play because I get 20% more armor and I get 20% more resistance for 10 seconds. My Earthquake comes back in about 6 seconds, so it's perfect. I got some more resistance piercing right here. I got 30% of it. And then last but not least, increase my seismic skill base damage by 50%. I'm utilizing both of them, so why not, right? So I'm basically giving 50% more base damage to my Earthquake and my Tremor. And I tell you right now, it works just fine. And there you have it, the statue build or the buff boy build. Hope this helped you and your teammates out. Please be sure to check me out on Twitch. The link will be in the description with the times and when I'll be live. You never know, I could be live right now answering any questions you may have. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Please smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. and stay up to date with all my upcoming build videos here on YouTube. Shout out to my guy Astro, who was my test dummy for this run. Be sure to check his YouTube channel out and subscribe also. He's a speedrun demon. I'll have his link in the description. Have a good one, fam. It's your boy Capo167, and I'm out.
Matter that
this must be the Colosseum. Who the hell are you? The Pharaoh found a pod, and now they think I'm falling for this painfully obvious trap. What a bunch of clowns. I think that's the last of the monsters, but that maniac isn't too happy about it. Here we go. Bad shot. Maybe you'll finally shut up now. The pod is ours.
Outrider detected.